Hey everyone, it's Mark Cheverton, um, and I wanted to go over some things in our class. Now, first of all, the grading policy. Let me share my screen right there. Okay, so here's how we're going to do the grading. So this is in the syllabus. I just want to make sure everyone sees it. And so if I put it in a video, maybe you'll actually look at it. So homework 20%, quizzes 20%, tests 20% each. The final will not be cumulative. And it will not be offered during finals. It will be the last day of class. Okay. Now, with homework, you're going to use the MyLab Math thing from Pearson Publishing, who publishes the textbook. And when you do this, so you got to go through and you got to make an account with Pearson, with MyLab Math, and there's instructions on Canvas to do that. You have to get that done. You're also going to have to test it out on the first homework assignment and see if you're working correctly. You probably got to turn off your pop-up blocker. You probably got to clear your cache, stuff like that. If you have trouble and it doesn't work, they have some troubleshooting things to try, and you should try those first before you reach out to any kind of tech support or anything. The homework in general is going to be available for you to do a week before it's due, and the videos will be available a week before it's due. So I think you can watch the videos anytime, but the homework, when you click on the homework assignment in Canvas, it'll go to Pearson MyLab Math, and it won't let you do it if it's too early. So right now, the first lesson, I can't have it due a week before school starts. So it's available that day. Now, when you do the homework and you're going to put in an answer, and it's going to grade it whether it's right or wrong, you want to make sure you put it in as the right format. And this is going to take some experimentation. And so we'll work it out together if there's troubles. But you'll have 3 shots at the homework. For quizzes, you can input your answer twice. So if you make a negative sign error or you make a formatting error, you can do it a second time. Same with the tests. You can do each one of those twice, okay? Now, with the quizzes and the tests, I learned at the end of last year when everything went online that it pretty much became a cheat fest with everybody working on the tests together because we had no mechanism to solve that problem. That's why I'm using the Pearson MyLab Math, because every student is going to get a different question for the quizzes and the tests. So you can't be on Zoom with somebody and just copy somebody's answers because you're not going to have the same problem. All the little coefficients are going to be different, and it's going to change the answer completely. Also, I want to know that you did the work, and so I want you to turn in a photo of your work for every problem. So when you do a quiz, you're going to submit the quiz, and then you're going to take a picture of your work with your phone, and you're going to email them to me. Okay? That is important, because if I see number 2 has no work for it, I have to assume that you copied it from somebody. Now, if you're saying it's so easy, I didn't need to show any work, well, then it wouldn't be hard for you to show some work. I'm not going to accept that as an answer. You must show some work to get credit, especially on the tests. Okay? So take a picture of your work, email them to me. People did not have a hard time with that last year. It worked really well. So you need to do that. Okay? So now let me show you the Pearson. So if you have any questions, please send me an email, mcheverton@siena.edu. And now let's look at, not that. Where are you? Here. Okay. So here is a problem. Let's go ahead and do this problem. So, and I hope you know how to do this because this is kind of review, but if you don't, I'm going to go over it in the video. And you can certainly come to office hours. Office hours are every Tuesday and Thursday from 6 to 7. The quizzes will be held at 6 o'clock to 6:20, and then after 6:20, I'll have the office hours. But you can come on Tuesday and Thursdays from 6 to 7, and you can ask questions. If you ask, how do you do this problem that's on the homework? Well, I'm not going to answer how to do the homework problem, but I will answer one that's similar. So you need to be smart about that and ask a question that I'm going to answer. But here, let's go ahead and do this one. So I'm going to solve this. So let's see. 3 times x plus 7 squared equals 7. So I'm going to go through and divide by 3. So I'll get x plus 7 equals 7/3. Okay? And then, oops, squared. Then I'm going to take the square root of both sides. Square root of x plus 7 squared, the square root will cancel the square, and I'll get x plus 7 equals square root of 7/3. And then I'm probably not going to leave it like this because this is kind of funny. Usually we don't like fractions underneath square root signs. So I'm going to multiply top and bottom by square root of 3. Well, let me rewrite it here. So I'm going to take this square root of 7/3, and I'm going to make it square root of 7 over square root of 3. And then I'm going to multiply by square root of 3 over square root of 3. Let me make the screen a little bigger. Can I? There we go. Okay, so square root of 3/3 is 3. Square root of 3 times 7 is square root of 21. So that's how I'm going to represent this. Now, I've learned from trying this problem a couple times to understand the format. Oh, so let me keep going here, and then I'll explain that. So x plus 7 equals radical 21/3. X equals minus 7 plus or, I'm sorry, this is plus or minus. Shame on me. Plus or minus. When I take a square root of something, I have to take the plus or minus. So minus 7 plus or minus radical 21/3. You'd think that's the answer, and it's not, because MyLab Math, I always say it backwards, wants this to be all under one denominator. And so to get it under one denominator, I need to put the -7/3. So I'm going to multiply it by 3/3. So this is 21 in the numerator, right? So now they have the same denominator. I can write it as -21 plus or minus square root of 21 all over 3. And I'm hoping that's what it wants to see. So let's see. Last time I did this, I didn't get it right because I got the wrong format. So now you got to get used to the equation editor down here. And so here's how we would do fractions, exponents right here, absolute value, square roots. This would be cube root, fourth root. Here's a subscript. Here's an ordered pair thing. I don't even know what more is. I've never been there. So first, if I want to write this thing, I got to first create a fraction. And now I can do the numerator. -21 plus or minus is right here. I got to create the square root first. Then I can put the number inside. All over 3. Is that right? -21 plus or minus square root of 21/3. Yeah. Okay, so now I check my answer. You always got to say the magical incantation. Please be right, please be right, please be right. Yes. Okay, let's do the next one. I am a math god. Okay, this says do this by completing the square. Does anybody really know how you solve this? Do you use completing the square, or do you want to use the quadratic equation? Yeah, nobody cares. So I want you to know how to do completing the square because it's easier, I think. Most students hate it, so you do what you want. But in the video, I would have explained completing the square. So let's say x, oops, I gotta turn on annotation. X squared plus 4x equals 5. So let me clean that up a little bit. So for completing the square, I take that number and I divide it by 2, and then I square it. And that's what I'm going to add to both sides. So x squared plus 4x plus 4 equals 5 plus 4. Got to add it to both sides. Now I can write this as a perfect square. X plus 2, that was the thing I got when I divided this by 2, squared equals 9. Square root of both sides. X plus 2 equals plus or minus 3. So x equals minus 2 plus or minus 3. Now I can give this as the answer, and I can be wrong because it does not want to see that. What it wants to see is minus 2 plus 3 as one answer and minus 2 minus 3 as the other. So minus 2 plus 3 is 1. Minus 2 minus 3 is -5. I'm probably going to put the smaller one first. I don't know if it really makes a difference, but I'm guessing that you do the smaller one first and the bigger one second. Use a comma to separate answers as needed. Okay, so -5, comma 1. Please be right, please be right, please be right. Yes. Okay, so does this make sense, how this works? It's going to take some practice, and you're going to have troubles with this at first. And so if you're unable to do it, you need to talk to me and we can work on it together. That's what office hours are for. Everybody should be able to make office hours because that's when the class is scheduled. But if you need something else, I'm pretty busy on the other days, but there might be time somewhere where I can help you. I can't make any guarantees. I can guarantee I'm available during office hours. I can't guarantee that I'm available outside of that. But if you have a need, I will try to accommodate it. So please reach out and talk to me. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. It's really important you get on top of making an account with Pearson right away, so that you can get all the bugs worked out about getting stuff started up. I'm assuming some people are going to be late on the first homework because of that. And so I'm going to be understanding of that. But if you get to the second week and you're saying, I still can't get it to work, it's hard for me to be sympathetic when you could have reached out the first day when you had trouble. So get this taken care of, make an intelligent decision, an adult decision, and get it taken care of, and ask for help if you're having trouble getting Pearson to work. Okay? I will see you later. Bye.